right, I'm going to try something new. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Let's see how this gets on. I'm going to film myself reacting to the ghost videos I watch on the internet normally. Because, I don't know. Some people might find it interesting, some people might not, but I'll, get rid of the shit now, and I'll just sort of get on with it, so let's roll.
Top 5 ghosts caught on camera. Hanging around. Japanese paranormal investigator Gachan from the YouTube channel Clip Store sets out to investigate a creepy old abandoned house in Nagasaki, Japan. The house is said to be extremely haunted. Locals claim that there is a sinister curse on the property after a family mysteriously passed away inside the home under absolutely horrible circumstances almost 15 years ago. As the home is fairly small, Gachan decides to go alone and brings only his camera. Once inside, things quickly get very creepy.
Calendar. 2007年4月。14年前からこの状態ってことですね。まあ確かに置いてあるものが時代を感じるというか VHS だもんね。
Don't like that.
ちょっと待ってちょっと待って。
No.
人がいる。
Like this.
2階に人がいる。マジか。出るか。いやでも気づいてるはずだよね。こっちに。
I'd be out this house already. I'd be straight out the front. The shoes on the stairs. Oh, I don't like this at all. I would be gone, mate. I'd be out that door.
誰かいますか。もしここで寝泊まりとかしてるんであれば返事してもらってもいいですか。すぐ出ていきます。
Very polite.
The paranormal investigator believes he might not be alone inside the house and heads upstairs to investigate.
Could be a homeless person, to be fair.
"誰もいませんか?" 包丁? くそ。
Why is there a random hair dust on it as well? No!
そうや。いやマジで。
Either.
誰かいますよね。
Hold on. Either someone's in the house fucking with you, or you're gonna die.
いやもうちょっと待って。いや本当帰るんでごめんなさい。
Gaichan finds shattered glass and, creepiest of all, a knife. Soon after, he hears the sound of a bell coming from somewhere inside the house. He searches every room, but he finds nothing and no one to explain the creepy sounds.
ちょっとね、さすがにこのままでは帰れないので、さっきねちょっと物音が激しかったと思われる部屋にいるんですけど、家中探してみたんですけど誰もいないんだよ。動物でもなさそうだしさ、でなんかさっき多分あれ仏壇の鐘の音だよね。ちょっと30分だけ検証して帰ろうと思います。
Eventually, the ghost hunter has had enough of the creepy, unexplained noises and decides to just go home. As he makes his way down the old, creepy stairs, he captures something absolutely horrifying.
絶
対なんかさ、 これ以上はいられないです。帰ります。
I didn't see anything there. I
A
just
pair
heard
of
a freaking
legs
noise.
can be seen dropping from the ceiling
no!
at the top of the stairs right behind the ghost hunter. Gai-chan leaves the abandoned house having no idea what he has just recorded until he reviews his footage at home.
Don't like that.
The horrifying sight of the creepy
No.
unexplained legs shocks
back
him
there.
and his viewers. And now, Gai-chan believes that the house is truly haunted.
Don't be going back there.
But either
Nope.
way, true or not, the footage is very disturbing. You can watch this entire investigation over on the YouTube channel, Clip Store. Like something from a nightmare. Christina, an avid watcher of the YouTube channel...
First of all, I'm just going to stop it before we get too far into the next thing. Admittedly, that could have just been him and his mates fucking about. But I didn't like that.
Paranormies reached out to the two paranormal investigators about terrifying events she experienced while staying in room 313 at the Norwood Hotel in Winnipeg, Canada. Christina says that back in 2008, she stayed at the hotel alone for 2 nights while attending a convention.
Okay.
Her first night in room 313 at around 2 a.m.,
Okay.
Christina wakes up completely paralyzed. In absolute horror, she watches as a man with a sinister grin stares at her from the darkness, peeking around the corner leading to the bathroom. She passes out and then doesn't wake up until hours later, and she says she immediately vomited. Christina calls her boyfriend, who tries to calm her down and suggests that she was probably just experiencing a terrifying incident of sleep paralysis.
Probably.
But the next night isn't any better. Christina has a nightmare in which she sees a man on fire floating outside her window. She wakes up to her ringing phone. It's her boyfriend, and he is in near hysterics. He says that he had a very vivid dream that a man broke into her room and did horrible things to her. Christina immediately just gets up.
Right. I can explain most of this already. First of all, it's at a convention. She's probably... I'm going to go out on a limb here. She's probably drinking of some sort. She could be doing extracurricular activities on top of that, but she's probably at least drinking. The fact that she phoned her boyfriend the next morning freaking out, so there's a man in my room, it's horrible. And they have to calm her down, means that that's implanted the seed in his head that there could be a man in his room. So when he's gone to bed and had a nightmare about this person doing whatever to her, that's because the seed's already been implanted in his head already. That makes complete sense. She had a nightmare. She wasn't awake and seeing some burning things. She just was asleep and dreaming about it, which would also make sense if she had the sleep paralysis and that, and vividly seen someone in her room. That would also make sense too. So far, everything that's been said verbally in the story is not ghostly, paranormally activities or whatever. This is purely just, this makes sense given the circumstances, so... But then again, I'm probably going to see a video in about 2 seconds of some man sitting in the corner of a room, and it'll freak me right out, so who knows.
Up and leaves the hotel. The next morning, she returns to the room to grab her things, and she's shocked. The window is wide open and someone has rummaged through her suitcase. She calls her boy.
Again, she's at a convention, someone could have quite easily just went down the reception, but I've lost my key to room 313 there, can you let me in? And just been let in, because out on that before on holiday. Not to other people's rooms. Like when I was a kid and that, my mum and dad have like gone out and then I went back to the hotel and I'm like, oh, I forgot the keys, and that they just give you her. Don't question you, so that's plausible that's happened. They just went in and stole her shit, to be fair, that's not unlikely.
Boyfriend, and he claims that he has no recollection of ever having called her the night before. Christina says that the experience is a complete mystery because the Norwood Hotel has no history of any reports of supernatural activity.
Because none of that's supernatural, as I just mentioned.
The Paranormies team, Jordan and Johnny, head out to investigate room 313 at the Norwood Hotel to see if they can find evidence of anything paranormal. At first, the guys don't really capture much of anything, and they actually begin to wonder whether the story might have just been sleep paralysis after all. But then the team's equipment begins to act very strange, especially around Jordan.
What are you thinking so far?
I'm thinking that it could have just been a sleep paralysis episode. You know?
It could have been wrong.
Oh,
It sounded like wrong. And it won't focus on you.
Really?
Now it is.
When Johnny wonders aloud if Christina experienced sleep paralysis instead of something paranormal, the spirit box seems to answer wrong. And Johnny's camera suddenly won't focus on Jordan. When Johnny begins to use an SLS camera, he again experiences a very odd malfunction.
It won't even pick you up.
It won't pick me up?
No.
What if I like go like this?
No, it won't pick you up.
Really? That's weird.
It wouldn't. It's like, what the hell's going on? It wouldn't pick. It was blurring you out.
Okay, that's weird, but that's a technical
Is
issue,
there
I think.
something around me right now that's interfering with the electronics?
It won't pick Jordan up.
The SLS camera does not register Jordan at all. Even creepier, the team has brought a motion-activated doll with them and placed it in the bathroom.
Why would you do
It
that?
too now begins to malfunction.
The doll won't go off. Jordan,
What?
come look. The doll won't go off. We just changed batteries. Look at this.
Wow. Usually she doesn't shut up.
To be fair, they could have just, turned it off when people weren't looking. But I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and assume that hasn't happened. But even still, why would you bring this with you? Why would you go on a ghosty thing and go, Joe, I'm going to do? I'm going to bring this really creepy doll that speaks when someone moves near it. Because I don't care if it's a ghost, a bit of wind, a dog, a leaf flies past. If I'm in a creepy house and I heard a doll of a child start making noise, that's going to freak me out more than anything else will. So, firstly, you're weird. But,
What? You walk in front of it. Okay, hang on. Stay there. Flip it around. I want to just keep this in one shot to see.
Well,
What?
there she goes.
But she's not making any noise.
She's not making any noise. That is weird.
She's not saying anything. Whoa.
I don't like that. That is horrible.
The motion-activated doll doesn't detect any of the motion that the two friends create in front of it. Then suddenly, without reason, it begins to work again. Jordan and Johnny sit down at the hotel beds. That's when they hear something truly bizarre.
What is that noise? You hear it still?
Sounds like a tapping. I'll check it out.
Just like someone scratching the chest with a microphone on the chest.
Heavy? You hear it still? I can still hear it from here.
Yeah. I'm not exactly sure where it's coming from. It almost sounds like, yeah, like water.
Oh my god. Nobody.
The soft sound of tapping can be heard coming from somewhere inside the bathroom, but the two friends can't find the source. A loud sound can be heard from the main door, but they find no one outside in the hallway. Now, that's all very creepy, but did you see it? When Jordan gets up to investigate the tapping inside the bathroom, he walks past a mirror.
Yeah.
Yet, he has no reflection. Even though earlier and also later in the investigation, his reflection is very clear.
Ah.
Now everything that's happening seems to be centered around Jordan for some reason. Almost as if something sinister has attached itself to him, as it did to Christina years earlier. Now perhaps it could all be explained as coincidental equipment failure and a very bizarre compression error. But what happens next is much harder to explain. As the two investigators lay down for the night, they set up a laser grid and turn on a motion-activated REM pod and K2 meter. They fall asleep and leave a camera recording throughout the night. At around 4:15 a.m., the REM pod and K2 meter both go off, waking the two guys. What happens next is downright chilling. Shadow figure can be seen obstructing the laser grid and appears to be slowly moving towards Jordan until it seems to be right on top of him. Could this be the haunting apparition of the man that Christina saw in room 313 years earlier? Whatever it is, the Paranormies team did not discover this terrifying figure until after they uploaded their investigation to YouTube. It was pointed out by viewers. So, is room 313 haunted? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. You can watch this entire investigation and much more over on the YouTube channel, Paranormies. Weird.
Okay, again, I'm gonna stop before we get into the next thing. Nah. The weirdest thing in that is the fact that they take a doll with them. That is the weirdest part of the whole thing. Most of that is just, they could just have dodgy equipment, to be honest with you. Like, it could be something basic as that. They could have had a, I don't know, I want to sound a bit mental now, but they could have had some sort of issue with some sort of magnetization of some sort. Alright. Some magnetization of some sort, where they've, I don't know, a magnet of some degree, something magnetic at least anyways, when that's just sort of messed about with the stuff. So it's all gone a bit mental. Other than that, that wasn't that impressive. The most impressive part about that was the mirror. But even then, you could just split the video in two and just do it that way. We've done it before as teenagers. It's not a big thing. So it's quite easily done. But my point is, I don't think that was a ghosty thing. That was just a minor bit weird, if anything. But yeah. Oh, the door could have been anything as well. Door could have been anything. Tap could have been anything. Could have been the walls because it's old. The bang could have been from something upstairs that they've just heard near them. Because, you know, the walls echo, vibrate and shit, which vibrated downwards. It's all easily explained, that one, personally, in my opinion anyway. First one with the legs though, unless there was another person there, which there clearly wasn't because he walked around, there was no one there. Other than that, that's not as easily explained because that was pretty grim. But yeah.
World. Now the strangest thing about this next paranormal video might be the source, because this video was released by the actual mayor of the city of Armenia, Colombia, Jose Manuel Rios.
Okay.
So the security guard in this video says that he saw a male figure descend the stairs inside the mayor's office. He pursues the man, but the guy seems to vanish into thin air. The security guard can be seen on CCTV searching the area, but then things take a terrifying turn.
Where? I can't. Whoa, what? Did you just fall over? It just looked like he fell. I'm not being funny, but all he's done is he's fell over, smacked his head a bit, had a bit of an episode. And they've just left him for some reason.
In the video, the security guard appears to be suspiciously looking around the area, seemingly confused. Then suddenly an unseen force seems to attack the man and throw him into a banner. The guard can be seen looking around in panic with no assailant in sight. He then suffers another attack and 2 guards hurry over to help him. The somewhat shaken mayor of Armenia says that, quote, a bishop and other religious leaders will come to bless the mayor's offices, and that they will, quote, bring God's blessing to every corner of this workspace. Now, it seems highly doubtful that the mayor of Armenia, Colombia, would suddenly release a fake ghost video. So, just what do you think happened to this security guard?
It's not a fake ghost video, we just fell over on a bit of an episode.
An anonymous woman from Florida is on vacation at the beach when far in the distance, along the ocean, she spots something that she simply can't explain. She grabs her phone and begins to record.
Go on. I'm looking for you. What's that bed up there?
I'm gonna analyze this when I get home.
I love her.
Cause that, whatever that is looking for something.
What do you want about?
Damn, I lost it.
That to me just looks like a bed swooping down.
Oh my God, it's flying so fast.
It's the bed!
Where did it go? Oh boy, I'm losing my mind.
It's a bed.
An unidentified flying object can be seen hovering above the water.
It's a
Then,
bed.
without warning, the flying object suddenly just reverses course and darts away at an incredible speed. So just what do you think this could be?
A bed.
So, analyze this when you get home.
I'm gonna analyze this when I get home.
It's a bed.
And then, let me know
You
what
can see
you
it
think.
flapping when it's flying away.
In another strange video, Facebook...
All it did is it did one of them little swoop downs and then went now and then started flapping away in the opposite direction. That's all it is. You can blatantly... Oh.
User Eder Olivas is on the road late one night driving down the Saltillo Torreon Highway in Mexico. Eder is a little drowsy and sees something that he believes might just be an optical illusion.
Probably.
Or simply his mind playing tricks on him so late at night. But when he gets home, he decides to check his dashcam footage,
Okay.
just in case.
I'll have a look, mate. I'll tell you
And
what's
he's
going on.
shocked to find that what he saw was very real.
Show me. I'll let you know if it's real or not. What I'm looking for. Where am I looking? What's going on? Oh, that person there. Right, okay. Rewind it back a bit. So
A woman wearing a long white dress can be seen dangerously running down the busy highway.
Yeah?
Eder believes he might have captured a ghost on his dashboard
Are you
camera
mad?
and shares this video to Facebook.
That's the person?
Now, this stretch of highway has seen countless deadly accidents over the years in which many people lost their lives under horrible circumstances. The accidents happen so frequently on this road that just 10 days after Eder captured this unidentified woman on camera, another woman and her partner lost their lives in a horrible freak accident on the exact same road.
Okay.
So could the Saltillo
sad.
Torreon Highway be haunted by a
Yes, it's sad that, people have unfortunately, lost lives and whatnot in the road and that. Yes, very sad. But at the same time, like, with all due respect and whatnot, if it's known for having many casualties and deaths and stuff on that road, I don't see, it's not that much of a shocker that someone else happened to die a couple of days later, if it's known for being very dangerous. But all that's just a person. That's just a person walking on the side of the road, or running on the side of the road even. Because it's late at night, they probably run out of gas somewhere, they've pulled over, the car's broke to some degree, so they're running down to either use the phone or whatever, because it looks like it's raining as well. So they're just running to either use the roadside phone things. I'm assuming they've got to Mexico, I don't actually know. To just run along to do that because it's cold and it's like 1 AM or whatever it was he said. So, no, this all makes sense. It's not ghosty, it's just normal things.
deadly presence?
No.
Let me know what you think.
They're running to use the phone, that's all it is.
The Little Place in the Woods.
Okay.
Dutch urban explorer Mark Roloff from the YouTube channel Mark Ben Ik travels to a remote abandoned lodge in the countryside of Belgium. Over 10 years ago, a woman named Anne Sophie fell in love with the rustic house and sunk all of her savings into renovating the property into a countryside restaurant and bed and breakfast.
Okay, sounds nice.
But she was soon met with terrible news. You see, the local township decided to remove the only road that led to her new lodge deep in the woods.
That's heartbreaking.
After a 4-year battle with the local government and nearing bankruptcy, Aunt Sophie just gave up. Exhausted and defeated, the woman tragically took her own life inside the uncompleted bed and breakfast. Ironically, only 2 weeks after her death, news came down that the township decided that the road was actually going to stay after all.
No, that's annoying me.
Ever since her tragic passing, the lodge has been abandoned. Now, Mark Roloff is not a paranormal investigator.
Good.
He's an urban explorer who searches out hard-to-reach abandoned locations in the Netherlands, Belgium, and Germany.
Right, first of all, when people have, like, I don't know, YouTube channels called, like, Ghost Hunting 101 or whatever the hell they want to call themselves, straight away I don't believe anything they're doing because I feel like they're doing it purely for views and content. I realise the irony of me doing a similar thing, but ignore that. So when it's people who are just doing urban exploring and that, and they just happen to see weird shit that might be ghosty, fair enough. I'm more likely to believe that. The same way as if it's just a normal person filming like the family or something, and then like the nans in the background or something, I'm like, that's more believable to me. Whereas, yeah, these ghost hunting 101s and like the ghost findings and people like that, I don't know if they're real people. If they are, it's happening. But people like that, I just don't believe straight away because it's probably not real. But these are more believable to me. That doesn't mean they are real, but they are more believable than the latter.
And shares his experiences on his YouTube channel, Mark Benek. This video was supposed to be just like his other explorations, but things took a bizarre turn. After Mark posts this video to YouTube, his viewers notice some things that he just didn't. And this is when things start to get a bit creepy. As Mark explores the property all alone, it seems that a woman's voice can be heard.
Je houdt het niet bepaald lekker. Wat gaaf dit.
That's really
Oud VOC-schip.
Now, as I mentioned before, Mark didn't even notice the strange female voice in the background of his video, so he just mixed music right over it. But I went in and edited the audio and attempted to remove.
I can hear it, but it just sounds like someone either outside or nearby talking. Especially if it's in the woods, it just sounds like someone's walking through the woods, having a bit of a chat, or like on the phone or something, like not nearby, but like not too far away from her. But I could be wrong.
Move most of the music and background noise.
Wat gaaf dit.
Now, it's unclear what the faint female voice is saying, and Mark says he has no idea where the voice could have come from. But that's not all, because Mark captured something else. Something downright chilling.
Ik zie dat die kelder wel onder water staat, dus helaas kan ik die kelder niet meer in. Wel een aparte koelkast trouwens, het is gewoon helemaal meegemobileerd. Maar daar buiten zijn nog veel meer gebouwen waar ook van alles in zou staan. Dus daar gaan we ook kijken. Hier zie je ook een schilderij.
No, did not like that. There was a person in the corner. There
Helemaal
was a person in the
dit
corner.
schilderij.
I did not like that.
In the corner, behind the door, the dark figure of a woman can be seen just standing there. Mark has no idea what he has just captured and continues filming, completely unaware of the terrifying apparition that he just recorded. Now, I reached out to Mark and he says that throughout his exploration he felt like something was just a bit off, but he wasn't overly concerned. However, after watching his video back and taking note of what his viewers pointed out, he has no idea what he captured, and to this day, this shadowy figure is a complete mystery. Could it be the tragic spirit of Aunt Sophie still in her failed bed and breakfast? Let me know what you think. Right behind you. Paranormal investigator Ricky Velasquez is challenged to explore an abandoned house in Mexico that is said to be extremely haunted.
Straight away, I don't believe him because I'm a paranormal investigator, but we'll give him a chance.
Ricky's fans don't think he'll be able to stay inside the creepy home for longer than an hour. So Ricky takes the challenge and broadcasts live to YouTube as he heads inside the house. He has no idea why the location might be haunted or what dark history might have taken place there. But he soon realizes that the supernatural rumors about the house might be a bit more real than he thought.
Ok, esto sí me huele mal. 18 minutos.
Ricky has been inside for only 18 minutes when he already begins to experience strange phenomena. Somewhere inside the house, he hears a loud bang. So he heads upstairs and continues his exploration.
Hola.
There's a dog nearby, clearly. It's people.
Ok.
There's a dog, there's people.
Pero me han tocado cosas más feas. ¿Qué es un balcón o qué? Un balconcito. Qué gusto está, ¿verdad?
I just heard someone breathe, that was horrible.
Ay, no mames. No, ya valí madre.
Why? What happened?
Oh, la bestia.
Oh, breaking.
Se va a caer. No. ¿Qué pedo aquí?
Is the floor breaking underneath him?
Uy.
Because I mean, if it's an old house, that's
Mierda
plausible.
es eso.
The paranormal investigator almost falls through the ceiling to the floor below.
That's plausible.
But that's not the only thing that shocked Ricky's live viewers. Because this time, did you hear it? Right before Ricky nearly falls through the floor, an eerie voice can be heard quietly whispering.
Oh, I didn't know it was supposed to be.
Qué gusto está, ¿verdad?
Still on the second floor, Ricky begins to repeatedly hear strange sounds coming from right behind him. But every time he turns around, no one there. He attempts to get a glimpse at what he's been hearing by pointing the camera at himself and the room behind him.
Don't like that.
No mames. Ok, creo que me está dando pánico. Aquí hay algo más.
Ricky now hears the creepy whispering himself and starts to think that he might not be alone. But he gathers his courage, determined to continue exploring. He heads into the upstairs bathroom, and what happens next is absolutely horrifying.
Hola. Empiezo a sentir helado. ¿Qué se escuchó? Hola.
What the fuck was that?
Ricky runs away in abject terror as he sees the pale figure of a woman standing right behind him. When slowing down and enhancing the footage, it almost looks like the strange apparition has one completely empty white eye.
It does.
So, after only making it 30 minutes inside the abandoned property, Ricky has had enough and just leaves. So is it real? Or is it all just an elaborate hoax?
Could be.
You decide. You can watch this entire video and many more creepy investigations over on the YouTube channel, Ricky Velasquez. Thanks for watching. Please follow the Insta.
The fact that he does it regularly means it's probably not real, but it looked believable, to be fair. The floor breaking bit is completely plausible because it's an old house. I mean, I've been to an old building that I'm not going to name. I've been to an old building before, and because they weigh quite a lot, the ceiling was a bit iffy. So that does happen, to be fair. So yeah, yeah, but yeah, so that was that video. I'm gonna try and do some more in the future, presuming this goes, you know, acceptably. Yeah, so stick around and I can come back for next time.